All right, hello everyone. My name's Nick Gates. Um, I know we're talking about doing presentations to kind of get to know each other here at the new workplace, and so I decided to make my own little presentation. So we'll just jump right into it. All right, so a little bit about me. Like I said earlier, my name is Nick Gates. I live in Bloomington, Minnesota, currently, right off of Newton Avenue, which happens to be right off of 98th. So if you've ever been in Bloomington on 98th Street, I kind of live right between Penn Avenue and 90th. So right next to 35 there. Um, go up a little bit and you're on France, getting 94. So it makes it really easy to commute to work in the morning. I live in a house with a few roommates. Got a dog in the house, my best friend. Got a big old yard for him, so it's pretty fun. Um, yeah, so we'll get on to some more details. Um, like I said, I live in Bloomington. Originally from Farmington, Minnesota. Grew up there, pretty small town in the South Metro. Was small when I moved in there in the '90s, and then it's gotten bigger progressively throughout throughout the years. So populations, I guess, can't really call it a small town anymore, but you know, it was back when I was growing up there. Education and qualifications. So I know this is a marketing and sales position. Currently, I'm a senior at the University of Minnesota, finishing up my degree in business marketing and education. The education part of that degree is more on, they say, more focused on like an innovation. So think of it as like a business marketing and innovation degree. Really trying to push that home on us as young minds going into the workforce to try to be innovative. Um, yeah, before that, I went to Farmington Senior High School, and I went. I graduated from there in 2011, and then after Farmington High School, I ended up going to the Air Force and did some schooling while I was in the Air Force too, through numerous colleges such as Purdue and other colleges that you'll be able to see on my resume. Relevant skills to this: I did an internship last summer in sales, doing outside sales, driving around Omaha, Nebraska, doing sales calls, selling safety equipment as far as harnesses, safety goggles, earplugs, kind of the works in safety. I did that going around Omaha and then also around Minneapolis. Did numerous sales calls. It was a lot of fun. Got to meet with distributors. Got to go have dinners. It was a really good learning experience. As well, in the Air Force, I used to kind of sell. I was public health in the Air Force. I was medical, and if you look at it from a different scope, I did kind of used to sell the idea of disease prevention every day to people that came into my office. So I feel like I have a pretty good grasp on sales and marketing, which leads me into my work experience. Like I said, I was in the Air Force and I was public health, so I feel like with the military, you get a good team mentality, you get a good work ethic, and you're just used to kind of dedicating your life to your craft. And before that, I was assistant manager at Dollar Tree in Apple Valley, Minnesota, and Hastings, Minnesota. There, I used to deal a lot with marketing our products, creating end caps, making sure the flow of inventory works perfectly and goes smoothly. Used to at the Apple Valley store, which is a little bigger. I used to have to get out 3,000 boxes a week to make sure our stock, our shelf stayed stock, and our back room didn't get too overstocked. Interests. As far as interests go, I'm really into sports. Played sports all through high school. Played football, baseball. It's a lot of fun doing that. And also, I was a thespian in high school. I used to, and in the military, I used to act in plays quite a bit. Most recently, it's been a few years, but in 2016, before I got out of the military, I was Scrooge's boss, Mr. Fezziwinks, in A Christmas Carol. So that was interesting. That was my first ever musical I ever did. So not afraid to get in front of people, not afraid to talk to people. Um, yeah, I got some references for you guys. First one would be my boss from the Air Force, Susan Perez, and then my other boss, or my other work colleague that I worked with before, Ryan Cunningham, and I worked with him over at Dollar Tree. Thank you guys so much for your time, and appreciate you guys listening.